One
let me answer your question.
No, but you talk too long. You want to
the back of the mic, you know. So to the back of the mic, you can't chat up any little folly.
All right, talk. Tell me when Prince Emmanuel born. Tell me when he born.
This one, I say, you're not happy to tell me.
Tell me when. I'm going to ask you one more time. Tell me when Prince Emmanuel born.
Yeah,
one more time, I'm going to ask you. No, I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
And you come back.
I'm not listening. Where you come from,
about Prince Emmanuel dead up the tree there. A man has sitting about one bed. It's a little judgment struggler.
When Prince Emmanuel, hey, lock him off, Bridget. Lock him off.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. Wagwan, open all the good, open all the great. Now, my people, we're there again on the Soul Chat TV with another Mutabaruka content. And in this one, my people, what seems like is a Rasta virgin called Mutabaruka. And it seems like him come with vengeance, you know, after a previous caller did call Mutabaruka and ask him some things, and Muta didn't respond in a way how that virgin would want Mutabaruka to respond. So the brother was totally upset and cut up about the situation, and then called back Mutabaruka now to set things straight, my people. So you definitely gonna wanna stay tuned and hear what this virgin have to say. And this one is going to get really heated and also educational. So before we get into it, you know it's a Black Power movement. Drop a like and subscribe, share it to a friend or family so they can be a part of the movement. Now, I could take a walk, check out what this brother have to say. Leave your thoughts and opinion down in the comment section. Let's walk. Before we get into the video, my people, you ever think about having your own pharmacy in your backyard? Yeah man, your own natural pharmacy. Then check out today's sponsors, my people. Medicinal Garden Kit. Now, this one will provide you with 10 different powerful herbs that you can plant right in your backyard, my people. And you don't need a lot of space. You just need a little place, my people, for just shove these seeds into the earth and let them grow. In no time, you have some powerful herbs that you can use to empower the health, my people. Remember, your health is your responsible. It's super important to have these things in your backyard, just in case any health crisis attack you, my people. You can run in your backyard and you can put on some tea and you can knock with that quick, my people. Remember, herb is the healing of the nation. So, my people, check out the link in the description for more information about this, where they'll be breaking down all the benefits of these 10 powerful herbal plants that you can have in your backyard. Check it out, my people.
The herbs are for the healing of the nation.
But I tell you something. A Bobo tell me, say, I made him catch up on the radio about it years ago, you know. Him say, I just last to make a private visit to Jamaica for come to Prince Emmanuel. Listen to me, you know. If I could have find them tape that I played back, you know. Him say, I last to make a private visit to Jamaica. I'm coming in 1966. And him said, after that, I last to come make a private visit for visit Prince Emmanuel. And guess what him say? Him say, I last to take a taxi from the airport to go up a Bobo Hill. And him serious too.
Yes.
The man said, I last to take a taxi from the airport to go up a Bobo Hill. And me must sit down there so now and just go like say, what? Miracle. You know, I just have to come and come check for principal. Them say, it's a private visit that the man tell me, you know. I mean, serious bubble me I talk about, you know.
Yeah.
The man say, I just have to come here and come from a taxi from the airport. Because never want nobody know a principal man here him come talk to.
Why don't you come on the airport, take a taxi?
Yeah, him say, I just have to take a taxi and come up Bubble Hill for come talk to Prince Emmanuel.
Big old empire.
Are the only man I still do that with, for to show how Prince Emmanuel and I still connected. I'm going to tell some youth that now, you know. You too going to tell that now, you know. We should tell them already, you know.
And them are all that time.
Oh, you mean, man? Then your man talk about I just have to show up after that he had cut it 13 times before he jump ago. You never hear them say that yet? You never hear that yet?
No, sorry, I could hear that.
Watch a man, you have some Rasta out there we spread the argument amongst you. Say, I is so great that him throw up a apple up in the air and cut it 13 times before he drop a ground. And that go round the place, go round the place. And if you say foolishness, a man say, you're no Rasta. Because I just can't do anything. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. May I hear you?
Yes, I give thanks, you know.
Yeah, man.
From what I do want to check up on a thing different from where you are going tonight, yeah.
Yeah, tell man, anything.
What do you mean a caller? I have to say to know when Prince Emmanuel born.
Yeah.
You say nothing about Prince Emmanuel.
No, I never say I don't know nothing. I say I never know when him born, but I go find out.
This one I say, no?
Yeah.
You don't listen, you know.
I never say I don't know nothing.
Prince Emmanuel.
I say I don't know when him born, I'm going to find out.
No, you say you don't know nothing and she'll have to go after Bobo dread that.
All right, go and talk.
Right.
Go and talk.
And then you say to her, say, why she asks her the caller, she sound like a female.
Yeah, yeah, a female.
A female.
Yeah.
You check Prince Emmanuel and the Emperor, Selassie, on a photograph, a shake hand. Your reply,
you know what I gloves, yeah.
Your reply to her was, many people and Selassie shake.
Yeah.
And the daughter asks, you know.
Yeah, me hear you, man. So what you say? Where you going to say? Where you going to say? Tell me where you talk.
That photograph, you don't know that photograph.
I have the photograph in my house.
April 1966 when...
I have the photograph in my house, Bridget.
You're not listening?
Yeah.
You say, you never know that photograph of the daughter asks you. The 24th April.
But you never hear me say, I have the photograph.
So all you tell us you don't know nothing about Prince Emmanuel.
I never said I don't know nothing. I said I don't know when him born. I'm going to find out from a bubble. She asked me about his mother, and she asked me when him born. All right, yeah, Bobo. Yeah, Bobo.
Listen carefully, man. We're not reached us yet.
No. You don't have no time for reach nowhere. Me ask if he's a Bobo. He's a Bobo, yes or no? He's a Bobo. He's a Bobo.
It's 19.
I come to quarrel me at the night, Virgin. I mean, why like me ask you if he's a Bobo.
In this judgment, but in a night, yeah. You should have tell the daughter say April 1966 that when His Majesty come here and meet Prince Emmanuel, and he was the first.
But me have the picture in here, and it's right. I don't that she asked me when the man born and his mother.
You know, all right.
Tell me when him born. 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 Tell me when him born.
Listen what I say, man.
No, me not listen to what I say. Tell me when him born. Tell me when him born. Tell me when Prince Emmanuel born. Tell me when him born.
Listen what I say. You're not supposed to tell me.
Tell me when. I'm going to ask you one more time. Tell me when Prince Emmanuel born. One more time I'm going to ask you. No, me not listen. Me not listen.
And you come back.
Me not listen.
You come back. I talk about him born down at St. Elizabeth. Till back to here.
At St. Elizabeth in born. All right, when born?
Where you get that information from?
When born?
Where you get the information from?
When him born? Where you put me on stand? Me ask you when him born? When born?
You don't answer me.
No, me don't know when born. Me tell you say St. Elizabeth, I say St. Elizabeth. So when born?
I tell the daughter say April 1966 that photograph is.
But I know the photo. I have the photo. Everybody see the photo.
Listen, man.
All right. You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to me.
You know what you may say? No,
but me hear what I say. Me ask you. Me say, Prince Emmanuel born at St. Elizabeth. And you are telling me something different. When did say, when this party born and when him born? When Prince Emmanuel, hey, go lock him up, Bridget. Lock him up. Hey, may I tell you, boy, may I tell you one? The man say about him born at St. Elizabeth. Him no want answer me. Me tell him, me talk when him born and which part him born to the daughter. And him no agree with me. Me know one of them man where it vex when me say, you have some man that talk about Prince Emmanuel and have no mother, you know. I bet you one of them man there. one of them man there, I tell you, say, what tell people, say, Prince Emmanuel not have no mother, nor no father, because I'm a Melchizedek. And them idiot things are why people don't like Rasta, you know. And them idiot fool talk about Prince Emmanuel not have no mother, nor father. Me see the picture, me have the picture with Prince Emmanuel that Sheikh Islam in a king house. True, me never tell him the date. She never asked about no date. She asked me when Prince Emmanuel born and who was his mother. I said, I don't know when him born and his mother, but I'm going to find out. You understand? From a bubble. So I was hoping that a bubble would call and tell me. So I go find out. Say Prince Emmanuel born in a St. Elizabeth in a 1915 or something like that. Yes. All right. So if him say him no born at St. Elizabeth, he must tell me when him born. Cause him one of them will look like him going to tell me say Prince Emmanuel never born. From no mother and no father, now beginning or end of days. Idiot people them. Idiot thing. Idiot. My vibes, I can get back to my vibes, Oh, the time is I saw 12 o'clock. I saw 12 o'clock, you know. You know, get no tight, you know, when you little idiot foolishness talk, you know, youth. Or whosoever you be, you know. You're not going to get me out. You understand? So, if you want to call back, you can call back, you know. But if you go call back and don't tell me which part Haile Selassie born, which part Prince Emmanuel born and when him born, don't call me. Because you tell me, say, no, St. Elizabeth him born, and you tell me, say, me not tell her the date of the thing underneath the picture. Everybody have that picture there. Who are Rasta and Rasta, everybody have that picture there. Prince Emmanuel at Sheikh Haile Selassie in a king's house with him gloves on. True, me not tell her the date now. You take offense to it. And me tell her, me talk about the day, the birth, the date, and the which part him born. And him tell me say, him no born the son. So if him no born the son, tell the lady, she must have listen now, tell her which part, tell him say me wrong. All him have to say, boy, muta, you're wrong, you know. That's why I'm showing some, you know, like certain people, they don't get so religious for me, you know. You see them like a religion, Rasta religion business, eh? Arrogance business. All him have to do tell me, say, boy, muta, Prince Emmanuel no born, I St. Elizabeth, you know, and him no born pan 1915 or whatsoever, you know. And then tell me when him born. That's simple. But guess what? I bet you, say, it's one of them man where I tell you, say, Prince Emmanuel no born, neither mother nor father nor beginning of any day. Because whole heap of them taught them thing there. Whole heap of them taught them ignorance there, you know. In a them time now when knowledge increase and people supposed to know what them I say. Man still a hold on upon them foolishness out of Bible about man named Melchizedek when neither have mother nor father nor beginning of end of date. Come out a woman with the union of a man and a woman. It's just so it go.
The Black Radar
so,
channel.
Me don't know. It's so people go on, you know. You can't know a religious fanatic, you know. When you hear a fanatic, you know a fanatic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Muta. A whole upright conversation. Because I read everything and listen, kill the woman. I just hear you declare, say, you have a picture of His Majesty and Prince Emmanuel in your house. Every Rasta man should have that.
No, I never said Rasta man should have. I say every Rasta man have it.
You need to me I say, brethren, and they respond. And
are you again?
Yeah,
okay.
You say, well, you should have answered the data and say, right? That photograph is April, the 24th of April, 1966. When His Majesty come down here and meet, give Rastafari the Imperial Line of Judah insignia, golden medallion. And that you should not tell her. You should not tell her about how many, listen, man, and then talk. You should not tell her, say, how many people on Selassie Sheikh. And that may I show you. So you
then what about people on Selassie Sheikh?
Swing your swinger.
So it's not a whole heap of people. Wait there. It's not Prince Emmanuel and Sheikh.
You're going to get a talk, Bridget.
No, may I ask you, if it's only Prince Emmanuel one and the Sheikh.
Let me answer your question.
No, but you talk too long, you want to
talk about the mic, you know. So to the back of the mic, you can't chat up any little folly.
All right, talk.
So me say, well, you should have show the data, say. See, you should not tell her about how many and His Majesty Sheikh. Can anybody actually ask you? Simple. You should have said that photograph is 1966 when His Majesty come down here and give Rastafari the Imperial Lion of Judah insignia, golden medallion. And that you should have tell her.
All right,
you
sir.
swing the data.
Yeah.
You know, see,
all right, so tell me now about the other part now.
When I tell a man, you know, soon come to that.
But you want to talk about the same Sheikh and the whole time? You know, say the Sheikh already.
Me not take up no time. Because you never had the mic and appear, you could fall in the area talk.
All right, talk.
So I say, why you never show her that? And you have the picture in your house.
All right, listen to me now. You label the point already now. We come off of that.
But you don't answer it yet.
Because I'm sure. Really? You know, come off
why you never tell her that?
Why?
You know
I don't know why I never tell her. I just tell her what I say. I hold for man.
You know what is that insignia? Listen me. You know,
come on, you have spent the whole time I talk about that.
Answer
tell me when Prince Emmanuel born. Tell me when Prince Emmanuel born.
I struggle Prince Emmanuel and in foundation.
Where Prince Emmanuel born? Which part in born?
Listen, man.
Yeah.
When you tell all of the motor and all this man I said, then you respond. That's a reason go. Me say, why you know who receive an insignia? Answer no? You know what answer?
No, you really want me to answer something?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you.
So you don't answer when I ask you. You don't answer when I ask you.
Go on, all right. Go on, ask me what you ask, and then you come back. You come forward to me.
All right. All right. May I ask you, what year did Prince Emmanuel born? Where him born? And what was his mother's name?
All right. Listen me carefully.
Yeah.
And the world of people listen.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Emmanuel teach I and I. Say him come down here at a little youth, and then find him down at St. Elizabeth at Treasure Beach. That's how him teach I and I. And he grew up as a little youth, and when he grew up, him coming to Kingston and start mission of Rastafari. So that, I'm not going to ask you back a question now.
No, you answer the three of them. No, you never answer me. Me didn't say I said to Elizabeth him come with them. Me say, according to the thing when we get. No, listen to what me I say now.
Me not tell about no band thing.
Oh, so you know what? But that is that about. But it's band is that about.
Listen me I say. Are you talking about band? Are you talking about send back here get that information? I never tell you that.
No, you not tell me never get information. So wait there. So you never tell me never get information.
But here me I give you something, you know.
What year did Prince Emmanuel born? No, but what year did Prince Emmanuel born? What year did Prince Emmanuel born? What year did Prince Emmanuel born?
Prince, you're not listening. You are saying what year the man born.
And that's the question when the daughter asked me, I put power to you.
Yeah, but you say you find information.
Yes.
When him born. So me ask you where you get
so you tell me now if my information wrong. You tell me when it is.
So all you publish wrong on the radio.
Because I am
big fan that pick up.
Alright, you tell me. Alright, wrong. So you tell me the right thing. You tell me the right thing.
You know, me just tell a little while the Prince Emmanuel try and I say.
No, tell me when him born. What year him born? What year him born?
As a little youth.
Tell me what year Prince Emmanuel born.
Born in Jamaica.
No, tell me what year Prince Emmanuel born. Since you say I'm wrong, you tell me what year. I want to listen to where I am. Where you come from, Mutabaruka?
You about Prince Emmanuel dead up the 3 days. A man has sitting over one bed. It's a little judgment struggler.
And my brethren, you tell you who taking from up there. I'm a brethren taking from
the kings of kings from Africa can come and go honor the elders them and give them
what year did Prince Emmanuel born and what was the name of his mother? What year did Prince Emmanuel born and what was the name of his mother?
The man teacher said not no mother, not no father. No big
a liar, man. Both man say not no mother and father.
You not listen to me.
Both not no mother and father. And you believe that? You believe that, right? You believe that, don't it? You believe that? You believe, say, Prince Emmanuel have no mother. The same thing I tell the people there. Then you know say you're one of them, man. You know say you're one of them, man.
You cannot talk about
You're one of them, you talk dumb.
All right, this man just to repeat.
Don't tell me no foolishness. You're telling the people them damn foolishness. You're telling the people them damn foolishness. But Prince Emmanuel not no mother or father. It's foolishness. It's rubbish attack. Rubbish attack. I'm not listening nothing. I'm not listening nothing to talk about you. Go ahead.
I think she said that. She has to look for them. And who looking at writing that when you looking at Selassie and it's one nail printing.
No, Arita Marlin said, Arita Marlin, I know Judy. Arita Marlin said.
I think I Judy Mayer.
No, I know Judy. Arita Marlin said, she said, the nail mark in the Haile Selassie hand when them come here. Arita Marlin said.
Jesus thing that.
Me I show you, say the man, them come back and the same Jesus thing where we supposed to left, bro. Them a turn Haile Selassie in Jesus and all them something there.
All them foolish.
You know, Jesus Christ and, you know, them really, after we supposed to left that. Yeah. You know, if I tell you some things when me hear what a man says, man, believe you me, man. If I tell you some things I hear, so what a man say, when you sit up with them, and I talk to them, you know, and you have to just sit up there and listen, you know, and you sit there and talk, tell them, say, don't know so. They run you from here so to Timbuktu. But I tell you what, then your man sings the lion crowning. You never hear that song there yet? You ever hear that song there?
Yeah.
You ever hear the tune where Burden Spirit sing and say the lion crown him? In other words, a whole heap of man has say, is a lion put the crown on Haile Selassie head.
Yes.
You never hear that yet? Yeah, man, you have a whole heap of man tell people that man says a lion put the crown on Haile Selassie. That a man immortalize it and put it in a song.
A man believe it.
Oh, you mean if a man believe? The man they will kill you for that if you say no go so. You have man, you say all brother they know. The amount of things them have in him are against me, you know. You would never believe it. Yeah, man. Him have me up now from here. So I'm heavy too, you know. Me heavy, you know. And him have me up in him heart now. Mind your heart, brethren. Me too heavy for that. We're supposed to have an interview. The interview is ready. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, is this Roland?
Yes, it's Roland Muta. Yes, it's Roland.
Good afternoon. Good night again.
Good night.
Good night. All right. So, you're the founder of the Windrush Compensation Scheme?
No, I'm not the founder. The Windrush Compensation scheme was established by the British government, the UK government.
Okay. All right. So, what is the compensation scheme all about? Where it deal with?
Well, between 1948 and 1989, many Caribbean people, but not just people from the Caribbean, across the Commonwealth, traveled to the UK. And those group of people from 48 to 89, classed as the Windrush generation.
Yeah, it was kind of the banana about people.
Well, not necessarily. The first ship, one of the first, not necessarily the first, one of the first ship that went up that was a ship called Windrush. That ship was an ex-troop fighter battleship that was seized by the British from the Germans in the Second World War, and they renamed it Windrush.
Windrush, yeah.
Yes, and Windrush is actually a river in England, part of England. So they named the ship after a river in England.
Okay, so
those group of people.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Now, I was going to ask you what the scheme is about. What them say, compensation scheme.
Right. Why the scheme was launched? Those group of people were targeted. They were targeted by the British government. At the time, there were utterances from within the House of Commons stating that there were too many black and brown people that were entering the UK, and they need to find a way to reduce the number.
Yeah.
The numbers. So there came the legislation, there came the laws that target those from the black Commonwealth, so to speak. One of the things that was said in Muta is that if you've got parent or grandparent from England, then the laws should not target you, should not affect you, so to speak. So that means, muta, in a sense, is that if you're white, if from the so-called white Commonwealth, if you're Canadian, Australian, New Zealand, and the so-called South Africans, these laws will not impact you. Laws came out 68 and 73 primarily. So those laws disproportionately impacted those from the Black Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Move forward. 2018, 2019, prior to that, there were a number of parliamentarians like Diana, but David Lammy, etc., say that these laws will impact those that have right to be in the UK. So in 2018, 2019, they launched the compensation scheme after there were a number of reports came out showing that there are people that had a right to be in the UK were being deported. Even some of those people you saw a few years ago that were being deported. In many cases, those individuals should not have been deported, no muta.
So like Trump, where the Trump know where Trump...
Right.
Know,
Very much on point, muta. This is what Trump is doing right now, where individuals that even if they were born in the USA will not have the right to American citizenship. The Windrush generation and their descendants, well, primarily their descendants, went through that muta. They'll find someone, say, born 1989, right? 89, etc. They got to early 2000, they want a passport to go on holiday, right? And they were told, go get a Nigerian passport, go get a Jamaican passport, because despite the fact that the parents entered the UK 68, 67, right? And they had indefinite leave to remain from then right up to when this child was born in 89. This child now, in the early 20s, were being told that they can't get a British passport because the parents... You go ahead, Muta.
No, me hear. No, I'm just not going to say what you're going to say. So,
because the parents did that naturalized. They find those people who came in the 60s and 70s was living on the indefinite leave, still using the Jamaican passport, the Barbadian and Nigerian passport, etc., because they saw no need to go and get a British passport. But that child that is born from said individual that were living on the so-called CUK passport, or the old Jamaican and Nigerian passport, etc., their children had problems getting a British passport, couldn't get jobs, couldn't get access to the National Health Service, and in many cases they may have traveled outside the UK when they go and get this Jamaican passport or the Nigerian passport because they couldn't get a British passport, had problems re-entering
Coming
UK.
back,
So that is just one step. But to give a better understanding of the landscape, so to speak, Muta, I'm just going to give you an indication. I'll go to the eligibility criteria of those individuals that are eligible to apply to the scheme. And there's eligibility and there's entitlement. But I'll go to eligibility, because eligibility basically is who is allowed to apply to the scheme. Who are these people that the scheme is for? Yeah? So let's say someone entered the UK from China 2 weeks ago. That particular individual will not be part of that group, that cohort that the scheme is aimed at. Okay, so let me just run through that now. This is one group one. You entered the UK before the 1st of January 1973, and on the 1st of January 1973, we're actually in the UK. Yeah, that's one. Secondly, you entered the UK before the 1st of January 1989 from any country, including a Commonwealth country, and you lived continuously in the UK since then. Thirdly, you were born in the UK, or your parent or grandparent came from a Commonwealth country, you too can apply to the scheme. Fourthly, you entered the UK before you got to the age of 18 years old. And this is the case where many individuals in this particular group were deported from the UK. You entered the UK before you got to the age of 18 years old. And your parent or grandparent came from a Commonwealth country. So this is where you would have seen Muta in many cases. A lot of these people were being deported from the UK. And the assumption is made that these people were involved in some wrongs in the UK. So they may have entered the UK when they're 5, 6, 7 years old, Muta. They got in some little misdemeanor, as far as I'm concerned. Unless we're adults here. them might juggle weed, or they might start smoking some weed. But that aside, let's say that is a criminal offense at the age of 28 years old. You enter the UK at the age of 4 years old. Whatever these individuals do in a muta, right? It's not Jamaica or Nigeria that would have made them criminals, you know. It would have been the UK.
England.
Right. It would have been the UK. How they were socialized, etc., that would have made them criminal. Because as you know, muta, you know, you have John Barnes, etc., a number of athletes, right, with Jamaican background, a number of athletes who left Jamaica and elsewhere in the Commonwealth and went to those countries. When they win gold medals or they win the football, etc., they don't class them as Jamaicans in a muta.
They're British.
Exactly. So why, when it comes to something negative, they are classed as British? So that's where we're coming from, muta. Okay? Now, I mentioned the particular, when the scheme was launched. It's actually not actually the windrush compensation scheme in a muta. It's actually the windrush schemes, because there are two schemes. You have the compensation element of it, and I'm going to go in a bit more detail into that. And you've got the status. So for those who enter before 73, as I mentioned earlier, and 89, you've got a number of individuals who enter the UK, stay there for a number of years, and then they left and they return to Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever in the Commonwealth, wherever they are from, so to speak. Now they're outside the UK for 10, 15 years. They would have lost that indefinite leave to remain.
I'd like to ask, suppose you have the UK thing and you come out so and stay in 10, 20 years. If you can go back and still achieve the same status.
Very much on point, muta. So in the scheme, there's an element where it's called the returning resident visa. Enter the UK in the 60s, they live there for 8 years, they come back to Jamaica. So you're back in Jamaica now, yeah? They're 10, 15 years, 20 years out there. You can apply for a returning resident visa, right? And pick up from where you left hand, so to speak. But as you know, muta, there's going to be certain rules and regulations, so to speak. Tell
me the rules and regulations.
All right, good, muta. Well, so you'll have to have strong and continuous ties in the UK, which I think is ridiculous. That should not be part of the criteria. And those strong and continuous ties you would have had, so would have to be a brother, sister, son, daughter, close family members, or alternatively, you may have property there, house or business, etc. Right? I think it's unfair to a certain extent. So let's say there are two brothers and two sisters, and one decide that they're going to live the life in a particular way, don't want to get married, don't want to have any children. Are you saying the one that decided to have children should have advantage over the one that decided not? So we think that's ridiculous. We are campaigning muta for the past 2 years, the organization which I co-founded, Justice for Windrush Generation. For the past three years, we've been lobbying Parliament, UK Parliament, because that's where the problem started in the muta. And we believe the solution is in the House of Parliament, in the UK Parliament, which in the world, because I did mention the utterances earlier on about too many blacks and brown people were entering the UK, laws needed, so to speak. That was the utterances then. For the last 2 to 3 years, every other month we have been lobbying Parliament to get changes to the schemes, both schemes, the status scheme and the compensation scheme, to widen the scope of the scheme, meaning a lot of people that would not be eligible and entitled to compensation now, should the scope of the scheme be widened, and we have the scheme that we desire, not the one we've got now, right? Then a lot more individuals will be entitled to both to apply for the status, returning resident visa, etc., and also for compensation.
All right, I can ask you. It's about 2 different categories.
Yeah.
You never flow with the category them. You never kind of put the category them. Make the people them can know the category them and if them fall in a which category.
All right, okay. So there are 3 categories. Number of categories. There are 3 primary categories I'm going to cover most of. There's the primary claimant, right? So you are the primary claimant is you, the individual muta that was told you can't use the NHS. You had problems getting a British passport, etc., etc. Okay? That's the primary claimant, you, the individual. Then there are also the deceased estate claim. There's absolutely no difference between a deceased estate claim and a primary claimant muta, except that individual that would have been eligible and entitled as a primary claimant is now deceased. And as a consequence of that, the next of kin or the executor of the deceased estate will submit that claim, so to speak. Okay? No difference between the primary, just that one is deceased. So a deceased estate claim is a deceased primary claim, so to speak. Okay? And thirdly, you have the close family member. Close family member claim. You can apply as a close family member if you are a close family member of a primary claimant or a deceased claimant who is eligible and entitled. Which close family member we're talking about? It's not your great grandaunt or so on. It's a particular group of close family member we're talking about. And it's as follows. Wife or husband of the primary are deceased. Parent of the primary are deceased. Siblings, meaning brothers and sisters of the primary are deceased. Children of. Step-parent and step-children of. And this was not in the scheme. We campaigned for it and that was brought.
One to uncle.
No, not including muta. And sixthly, cohabitee. So you lived in a relationship for 2 years or more with that particular individual, whether it be the deceased one or the primary one. So you've got 6 categories there, muta. There is no limit on the numbers. So hypothetically, let's say you have 20 children and 45 brothers and sisters. 65 can claim. You're fortunate enough for your mother and father still alive. They can claim as well. So there's no limit on the amount of numbers of close family members. It's not like there's a pot of money that's going to be shared up among the family members. Each close family member claim will be assessed on its own merit. And the reason for the close family member claim, muta, is that let's say you were the primary claimant, muta, right? But you have brothers and sisters. You would have gone through certain struggles. You may end up homeless, etc., etc. Those brothers and sisters of yours and your children would have seen you going through the struggle, muta, right? Stress out, might be a cry or whatever. You react in your own way to the struggle. But they saw you going through the struggle. That in turn caused a secondary impact, so to speak. So they, the close family member, brother, sister, etc., they too get stressed out. They could have been stressed to the extent, muta, that they end up going into hospital. Had to go in a mental institution. I've got cases like those that I am represented, that the daughter is so stressed out due to what you saw the mother going through. Even though the mother may not have been impacted to the extent that the mother ended up in a mental institution, but the daughter stressed out to the extent that she is impacted in the mental, and to the extent that she ended up in a mental institution. And there are various levels. Now, with that said, muta, I have to give it different levels of compensation, right? Because it all depends on the gradient and the extent of the impact. So level 1 is 10,000. Level 1 is like you've been impacted for a few days to a week. Level 2, 20,000. You're impacted, the weeks turn into months. Then you've got a level 3, 40,000. Level 3 is where you're impacted to the extent that you've gone and see a doctor or a professional, to be a counselor, etc., and say, Doc, I'm stressed because I saw my brother Muta going through, right? 4th, 70,000. You stretch, then saw the doctor, then went and got medication, then and still is on medication now. 70,000 level 4. Level 5 that you're stressed, then still stressed now to the extent that you can't work, Muta, 100,000 and above. That is impact on life. Impact on life is how you've been impacted. Emotionally, stress, anxiety, inconvenience, etc. Yeah? But then on top of that, you are 11 years of claim. You may have lost of earnings. You may not be able to work. You can claim for that. You're earning 20, 25,000, 30,000 per annum. For 2 years, you couldn't work. 2 multiplied by 25, 50,000. On top of the 100,000 or the 40,000 or whatever for impact on life. You may not have been able to get housing benefit. On the housing benefit, there is claim compensation there for that. You may not be able to get social security benefit, etc., etc. You may have, and if you have been deported, yeah, there is people who have been detained, as you may have known, muta, locked up in the immigration centers. There are compensation for each night. I think it starts at 500 for the first hour, and then hours after the first 6 hours, I think it's 300. Don't quote me on that.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you have a relative, if you have a relative in England there, part of the Windrush generation. And that somebody have a youth.
Yeah.
Who did there in England with them, but them send home the youth to maybe the grandparents down there so. And them dead in England. Not the one who them send home. The mother, for instance. The mother is dead.
Yeah.
And then she dead. But she didn't send her youth to the grandparents down there so. Can the youth claim because the mother dead or gone up Sandy mouth? How that go?
Very much on point. That question is very much on point. And it seems like you've been in a lot of research, Muta. Because
I do no research, that common sense.
Yes, well, yes. There are many cases like that, Muta. Yeah? In that, the short answer to that question is yes. But again, I'm going to say each case is assessed on its own merit. But in generality, the answer to that question is yes, because that child here, mother passed away over there, parent passed away there. The child here in Jamaica, this part where they are in the world, would be the next of kin. So that in that case, that child would submit a deceased estate claim. However, that child would have to establish that they are the next of kin, and there's a process that to go through probate. For that process, they may have to imply the service of a lawyer. In such an instance, the government, the compensation scheme, the Windows compensation scheme, will pay up to £1,500 for legal services, lawyer, to establish basically Muta that individual is actually deceased and not chilling around the world on a cruise or whatever. So So there's a process that needs to go to probate, and that £1,500 is there to assist with that.
And the person, the youth will get all the house, the mother left up there and all them here.
That's possible, but that's a different thing. That's a different. But the scheme itself is primarily to compensate those individuals. And the term I usually use, if your life has been impacted or disrupted due to your inability to prove that you've got a right to be in the UK, right? Whether it's the deceased individual or the primary claimant, then in such a case, then they should be compensated. There are a bit more detailed things than that, but in generality, that's what it is. What I would say, Muta, if you've got any relative, right, close or otherwise, that has been to the UK, what I would suggest is that you get as much information about the scheme as possible and understand it to the best of your ability. Do not act on assumption. Do not think that is some people who left on the black and white ship, some boat back in 1948 and so on. It's not necessarily the case. There are individuals who went there in the 70s, 80s and so on, and the lives have been impacted, and I said earlier on, many of them have been deported. Don't think that is some great-grandma or great-grand-uncle that went to the UK way back when. It's not that situation. It's that and many more, and much more than that. So you have to engage and get the information.
Well, my mother's sister did live up there, and she have her pity them up there, and she dead, and the pity them dead. I don't know who know them our estate belong to. Right.
In such a case, that's how a person I would come in Muta, and I would do the research, get the information, and identify what the situation is, how they were impacted. If they were impacted, get the story, so to speak, and I use the term story very loosely. What the situation was then, if they were impacted, how they were impacted, and to what extent, and we'll go from there.
Well, so tell me something, the organization, how much members you have? Is something where you join or go?
No, it's not. It's an organization, because when I saw what was happening a few years ago, we set up Justice for Windrush Generation. They say you can contact us if you would like to submit a claim, or you can contact us, if you want to be part of the campaign to get changes to the scheme. In order to contact me, you can use the following number, +44, it's a UK number, +44 7999 178 111. That is +44 7999 178 111. Alternatively, if you would like to have a one-to-one.
Now get a machine. The person now get a machine when them call.
No, you call me. That's that you can call me directly, or you can straight. Or you can call me on WhatsApp. You call me and you don't get me. I will see the missed call and I will respond, Muta. I respond to all calls.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, I know the time difference and so on. I will respond. Also, you can contact Justice for, you can search Google Justice for Windrush Generation.co.uk. The quickest way, if you Google my name, Roland Hoslin, ROLAND, Hoslin, HOUSLIN. I will come somewhere near the top and Google. All the relevant contact details will be there.
So you're connected to anyone in Jamaica know where you look about, or everybody in England where you look about?
I've got a number of people in Jamaica I'm representing. I'm representing people from across the world. From Nigeria, Jamaica,
I think we're about Jamaica.
No, across the world, Muta. Right across the world and across the Commonwealth.
And you know, I have an idea how much people legible for these things. Like,
well, and a rough numbers, I would say, in Jamaica, estimate that is probably 2,000 to 3,000 people in Jamaica that would be eligible to apply and entitled to compensation. But a lot more people should be applying to the scheme. £500 million has been put up so far. I believe it should be 4 times that, about 2 billion. And after that 500 million is only 108, less than 110 million has been claimed so far over the past 5-6 years.
Oh,
so, yeah, they need to come forward and claim.
No,
and many people that I know personally and start to understand the situation, Muta, when I say to them, they don't believe. A lot of people do not believe, Muta. So we're saying, claim, need to step forward, get information, engage with people like myself. Not necessarily me alone, there are others out there. Engage, get the information, just Google the Windrush Compensation Scheme. You'll go straight to the government website. All the information is there, all the application form, and there are various ways they can engage and contact.
I'm sorry for you know, because you're going to mention this on the program, so now you're going to get flooded now.
That is what I want more. This Saturday, Kynesland Rumble District Center must turn up and meet with me personally. You can have a one-to-one with me, talk. I'm going to be there at Kynesland from 12 noon this Saturday, 19th of September, throughout the night. And, you know, IRFM is going to be there.
We were supposed to be there, you know, but the engagement, them kind of too close for me to do ever so much things.
We've got others coming up, Muta. We've got others coming up, and I'm sure at some point you'll be at one of them.
Yeah, man. Them ask me that idea about too much things. Anyway,
I understand.
All right, so we figure out how we reach you, and as I said before, you're going to mention this now, you're going to get attacked by one people, this and that, you know. So,
that's the whole idea in a Muta. That talk is welcome.
So you have a team, I mean, you couldn't have this by yourself.
Yes, I've got a team of people behind me. I've got a team of people, others doing the exact same thing as I'm doing that, you know, doing interviews on radio stations, throughout the world, TV station, etc. And if it's too much for me and I'm getting overwhelmed, I can signpost to other organizations. You have the Windrush Justice Clinic, you have Windrush National Organization, quite a number of organizations out there that I can, and individuals, I can signpost individuals to.
Yeah. All right, sir, give thanks.
I mainly focus on the campaigning, the House of Commons and so on, go in the belly of the beast and talk to them about the wrongs that they have done as Muta.
All right, sir. Give thanks, man.
We'll talk again, Muta, yeah?
Yeah. Very interesting. I hope for all listening, all those who are connected with England and who out there, so, and who have relative over there, so, and you did have British passport and now you don't have it again and you want it back. Very important interview that, yes, Windrush Generation, very important, because really and truly enough things over there. It's almost like get yourself in tune to get some reparation money. That is really what I do. It's some reparation thing. But it's not about slavery now. It's about the movement of people in this colonial British Empire. And not only that, but these colonial people did help build up England too. Yes, and fight all of them war when Germany and them did a fight. You have one of Jamaica in the Royal Air Force where they did a fight for England. You know, So it's a very interesting thing. Because if you did born in England a certain time, you're supposed to get compensated for certain things. And that is really what the Virgin are talking about, you know. So I know some will get flooded tomorrow. Because you have thousands of Jamaicans, so, who live there in England as a Windrush person, generation. And them come down here back now and never get nothing. Plus them families still up there. And some of them family are dead. And them down here so, and them supposed to inherit certain things and get the Virgin attack. The man say millions of dollars up there for collect for people who find themselves in the category of Windrush. All you have to do is find the scheme and the compensation part where you personally connected to. You know, so yes, it's very, very important. Very important. Me kind of like it because it clear up certain things. It clear up certain things. That is what I'm really do. Okay, so, okay, we're going you see them, I have to watch to see if the advertisement come, and I watch to see if I can play music. Sir. It's terrible, you have to do that still, you know. But we can play this for all the people them who get caught up in this Windrush thing. And all the youth them who have British passport still and not use it. But no, so them have a right to England, because that most people who have right to England, like Mr. Golden, who have him British passport and now want to get up. Today I will do, you might not look that way, but I want to play this thing and feel the ones them, you know. It's a little girl I get interviewed by a man there, and I tell you, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Urology, radiology, gynecology, pulmonary prevention and diagnostic.
How many bones are there in the body?
206.
What is the skeleton?
A skeleton is the framework that supports your body.
Do you know what bones do?
Bones make blood, bones store minerals, and bones protect your organs.
Which organs?
The skull protects the brain, and the ribcage protects the heart, the lungs, the kidney, and the stomach.
What minerals are stored up in the bones?
Calcium, copper, iodine, zinc, chromium, selenium, magnesium, vanadium, iron, potassium, boron, manganese, folic acid, inositol, and biotin.
Why do we need blood?
It transports oxygen and nutrients throughout all parts of your body and taking away waste to the kidneys.
And what does the kidney do with it?
The kidneys filter the waste products and excess water from your blood.
What is this excess water called?
Urine.
That's the scientific name, I suppose. What is the common name?
P. There are 3 types of blood cells.
What are they?
The red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets.
The red blood cells.
The red blood cells carry oxygen to your cells and waste carbon dioxide away.
White blood cells do.
The white blood cells attack harmful bacteria in your body.
Platelets.
The platelets stop your blood from flowing if you have a cut.
Which is larger?
The white blood cells.
Which takes blood away from the heart to the kidneys?
The arteries.
The largest artery.
The aorta.
And where is it located?
Close to your heart.
What's the most important part of the brain?
Your cerebrum.
Why is that?
Because your memory is stored in your cerebrum. Because you have a cerebrum, you can recognize faces, talk, imagine, throw a ball, think logically, learn, make plans for the future.
What are the other parts of the human brain?
Your cerebellum, the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, the medulla, and the spinal cord.
The organs of the body.
The brain, the heart, the lungs, the kidney, the stomach, the liver, the intestines, and the skin.
Muscles.
The deltoid, the dorsal, the pectoral, the biceps, the triceps, the trapezius, the gluteus maximus, the extensor, the flexor, and the Achilles tendon.
The gluteus maximus, where is that located? Any muscles in our face?
Over 30 muscles are in your face.
Which are muscles used?
When you eat, when you talk, when you laugh, and when you smile.
And what types of muscles do we have?
There are 2 types of muscles, the voluntary and the involuntary muscles.
What's the scientific name of the nose bone?
Nasal bone,
And the cheekbone?
zygoma,
Jawbone?
maxilla,
collarbone,
the clavicle,
shoulder blade,
scapula,
hand bone,
the metacarpals,
finger bone,
the phalanges,
longest bone in the body,
the thigh bone,
the smallest bone.
the tiny syrup bone in your ear,
What was the first world empire?
Babylon,
And what period is Babylon from?
605 BC to 538
Now the
BC.
Bible did speak about Babylon, did it? And what metal did it use to represent Babylon?
The head of gold,
Now, which part of the Bible can we find this?
Daniel chapter 2.
Chapter 2. So we have the head of gold representing Babylon, but there's also a beast that is used to represent Babylon.
The lion with the eagle's wings,
What does the wings represent?
speed,
Who's the last king of Babylon?
King Belshazzar,
The first king.
King Nebuchadnezzar.
How did Babylon fall?
By King Belshazzar drinking from the sacred cups that his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple in Jerusalem. And King Belshazzar drank wine in them to praise the God of gold, silver, brass, iron, wood, and stone.
There are 4 kingdoms. What are the other 3 kingdoms?
Medo, Persia, Greece, and Rome.
Specific events that happened in Rome.
Well, it was a Roman decree for Jesus to be born in Bethlehem for all the children 2 years old and younger to be killed. Roman soldiers who mocked Jesus and crucified him on a Roman cross. Roman nails that pierced his hands. Roman soldiers who guarded the 2 Roman soldiers who put a seal on him. Roman centurion who said, surely this was the Son of God.
What's so special about Jesus?
Because Jesus loves everybody and he died to save them.
In the book of Matthew, it speaks about the genealogy of Jesus Christ, starting from Adam.
Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Arphaxad, Selah, Eber, Peleg, Reu, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Judah, Perez, Hezron, Ram, Aminadab, Nahshon, Salmon, Boaz, Obed, Jesse, King David, King Solomon, Rehoboam, Abijah, Esau, Jehoshaphat, Joram, Uzziah, Jotham, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Ammon, Josiah, Jeconiah, Salatiel, Zerubbabel, Abud, Eliakim, Ezor, Zadok, Hakim, Eliud, Eleazar, Matan, Jacob, Joseph, husband of Mary, who was born Jesus, who is called Christ.
Here with Nile de Silva, a small little thing that a big God has been using with Port of Spain, its capital.
Trinidad,
St. George's,
Grenada,
Nassau,
Bahamas,
Havana,
Cuba,
Kingstown,
St. Vincent,
and Kingston,
Jamaica,
Castries,
St. Lucia,
Santo Domingo,
Dominican Republic,
Georgetown,
Guyana,
Bridgetown,
Barbados,
Caracas,
Venezuela,
Santiago,
Chile,
Buenos Aires,
Argentina,
Stockholm,
Sweden,
Brussels,
Belgium,
Amsterdam,
Holland,
Vienna,
Austria,
Bucharest,
Romania,
Budapest,
Hungary,
London,
England,
Berlin,
Germany,
Rome,
Italy,
Athens,
Greece,
Seoul,
South Korea,
Colombo,
Sri Lanka,
Damascus,
Syria,
Dubai,
the United Arab Emirates,
Tel Aviv,
Israel,
Nairobi,
Kenya,
Pretoria.
South Africa.
Hey, watch
Now
your
to
man.
be a doctor.
And I tell you, man, that little girl there, that little girl there, she know, hey, I know AI do that, you know. Bridget interview a little girl, and she black too. Why you know that? That black girl. What amazing thing that. She's supposed to see that the Guinness Book of Albums. The data talk out every capital of every country on the earth. I think you have a little other little youth to do that too, you know. But she different, you know, because she'll tell you every bone in your body, where the bone name. Everything part of your body structure. I tell you, man, it's amazing. A whole heap of things are going on, you know, but I don't think you can talk about them, you know, because we have so much things that go on this program, it's unbelievable. Holiday again, no? Holiday again, man, yes.
Africa.
That's drop, man. Me I tell you. Nice long time I hear two daughters sing them kind of way, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Morning, Muta.
Blessed man.
Yeah, my pleasure to have you, and Sunday was very impressive.
Oh, you listen.
Yeah, couldn't miss no, man.
We did that Sunday again, too. We did that Sunday again.
Yeah, man, so much singing. Big up to Rasta and, my name, Virginia from England.
Mandingo, yeah.
But so much thing Muta anyway, because got cheap brief, because we have said these things to make them guys, you know, so we're angry and we must get better, because we deserve better, because our ancestors are already dead and PSC through prison and them blood. All right, Muta, you did interview with me last week. Me and Ben Davis, I was telling you. Yeah, I tell you about electric car, like say, you know, say cost of living expensive. But when thinking about it, poor people can't afford the Porsche him drive or whatever. Anyway, Muta.
Is that Porsche him drive?
Yeah, man, I think it's a Porsche. Yeah.
Oh. Well, electric car we are going, you know, forget you like the gas business, you know.
Yeah, but Muta.
Them say transfer to that, no, that them will transfer to.
Yeah, but I say electric car would have a cheaper because you put, I mean, energy saver. But when you check it out, if you want people to buy electric car, why is it can't be cheap? I want if I'm on the feet motor.
Yeah, but that should just come in, man. That's why it's cheap. So expensive.
Motor, I'm going to tell you, you see, like, them guys now want to live beside them at Cherry and Beverly. Them, look on car motor. Just check the car parts. The car parts them there on the car. Look like too much black people that drive car now. Them say I could try find a way to just squeeze them up. When me a boy, I walk we used to walk. A red-skinned people used to say I drive Aston and Ford and Malibu. So when you turn on too much black people and too much car and I get to know. So them have a pocket for the road so them are going and put sticker on the glass.
So where say them I don't know? All the man will buy BMW and Lamborghini is why them are buy the black people them.
Well,
I know
most of the black people love hype in a motor.
Eh?
Most of the black people love hype. You know, we don't believe in a generational wealth. You know, we just love hype.
No, I know what true you say. A certain kind of people drive them car there. I mean, I tell you, say, a whole heap of youth now buy BMW.
Yeah, that's true, but
most of the artists, them, as a matter of fact, a BMW them buy.
Motor, you checked out if you can reflect me and go back in the time. Remember when we buy a battery, buy a battery for $500, a car tire, $250. One car tire for $20,000. Me have a car, me have a 91 Mitsubishi. And when me ask, whatever I call them name about one distributor, them I tell me about $70,000 and I'm going to pay $50,000 for the car.
For the tire?
For one distributor.
Oh, distributor. What you say tire?
No, man, tire $20,000. Remember, when we did the day here, $250 we have pay for tire. And me I tell a pass man yesterday, me I say, obviously, nothing now go on. Everything else go up. Motor, a bag of cement for 1,800. So them guys are not doing nothing to make poor people like better. But motor, when I was referring from where I talk, we still talk about land and tax motor. We, the government, own the land. Who is the government?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Who is the government? And then me ask me one question, you know. I say, explain the tax on the land of me. I hear him now, the police, them have to get paid. Then question motor. What is the gas tax for? What is the PAY tax for? What is the gas pan food for? What is the tax pan?
Yeah.
You buy a phone card.
You might take upon this thing, you know. I can understand if you have piece of land and them say, you say you want water and a man have to pay to bring the water come give you through pipe.
That understood.
And light, GPS have to buy wire and car and run for you.
Exactly.
But the land itself,
why you look for the
why you have to pay tax?
Yeah.
Why you have to pay tax, government? Because them things just start happening during colonial days, you know. White people never used to pay tax for the land where them come get, you know.
But them thief the land, so who them a pay tax to?
Yeah, that if them used to do things same way, I look after road and this and this and that.
Thank you, Muta.
And them never used to pay,
Muta.
So why we have to pay tax?
Why we have to pay tax? Because for my land, why we have to pay tax? And Muta, remember when them introduce the gas tax, them tell the purpose of the gas tax, and that is not serving the purpose, because the place is still filthy. There's no road, there's no sidewalk, Muta. There's no sidewalk. There's no, Muta, the man, them, Walter me black last year, black Muta, because of the trench and the man was black up. And the man, them go on about 4 months ago, Muta. They go bust the trench, the pipe them in there. And I tell Muta, over 3 million back in there. I know the man them the Muta, take out the back or whatever them can take that and put it on the side and put some Irish mesh around over 3 months now. Muta, I bet you 100,000. Drive, go down there and see if it's still there. I remember I was still at the rainy season within a couple months' time for wash it. I'm not about to wash back down there. For wash it back down for black the manual. 10 of them guys have any sense apart from for one more than how much bank. Tell me the Muta, wild time where it's a piece of thoroughfare. I couldn't do that at Beverly's in a cherry garden and with my better money. Go out the Muta from Agley Park where I stop light and come like I was trying to the man them bust the thing and the plastic back them in there. You find a way, you whistle water subside. Find a way and take out the back, whatever back them can retrieve from them, put it at the side Muta. And you tell me about we go Casey and Campion and University. Tell me no Muta, what is the level of intelligence that exercise there? Tell me who oversees these things with our National Work Agent. Tell me who are the Ministry of Development or whatever, are the man who when they all the Ghana. Tell me no Muta we are pay our money and tell me if where we are pay this overtax for, if it makes sense. Muta, you buy a card, a phone card for $600, for $500. You pay $200 or $300 for tax. When you use and call a man, by the time you ain't gonna pay your $4 for government tax, what is the purpose of that, Muta? We already pay tax already for the same card, you know. And nobody can explain nothing. No Muta find me your Daryl Bazaar run off him mouth, boy. I heard that the taxi man them are overcharged and it now got man this, that. Muta, none of these guys don't do nothing to benefit poor black people, just chat. Election and here. Muta, when they interview the guy when the tax, when the bus fare was what, $100 and them are charged $150 all long. When they interview the guy and the guy say, must have $30 and 3 times for a man there, 2 in 1, I'm a car and say, Muta, chat him a chat. By a couple of days time, it vanished. Muta, the man them a charge $200 for bus, for taxi fare, $180 and the man put up sign and transport. Don't do a thing about it. Neither dial bars. None of them do nothing about it, but election and here. Oh, I'm going to send transport over. If you need to catch the man, we overcharge the people and I put 5 in our course, overload the course of the killer people. Why don't get a look of a police for going and tax down and pay the money all up on the man? It's just like extortion. Put undercover police in the business place and a boy, I come for your money. You come now and you hold him. Yeah, come, I promise I get checked up a while ago. Whatever, whatever do if any extortion, whatever, I must send soldier. So why not put soldier, the taxi man them door and the bus man and we have to extortion. When Mr. Boy I get beaten and revolver, drop out a boy pocket and come on boy, they look panda because the scan regard for authority. You can't make chat about JD. If you have JD up there, get them out for going on the bus park. Number one, Muta. What is the purpose of the big building behind theaters half a tree, Muta? That big building there, where you put one car there. And you have to
hold on, you go too far. Where's about behind KGs?
That, no, behind KGR theaters, the big building where Ministry of Housing use. And then put a car park right to the DMBC this used there. Tell me the purpose of that. Eh? The big old building and land there are waste now. You put look on the guys level them are intelligent. You put the course of them over yard, that's over mothers. And you don't already have traffic back up there. So you put the taxi man them will go Mona, Augusto now and 3 Mile and what time. Right in the little corner there, so where them used to wash car half a tree. Cluster there, you see the scanner gun, and you have this big old building. with up here, if such thing exists, I live in I put one car mart at the front and the whole land space away. You know, lick down the place and widen the road, I put the coaster bus over there, motor, and let the taxi and say, all right, section A have a 3 mile, section B have a Popping, section C have a Augustown. Suppose, where is the planning and we are talking man get raised up here motor and things are better. And the people them were supposed to be intelligent of advocate for we. And you are
have to take a break.
Irie FM.
Yes, Ian.
Yeah, my general. So motor, explain that building that to me now, motor. Because we don't really explain that to me when we talk about development and progress. We're not proactive, you know. That building, with just one car mart down there, and we have so much car mart and no road, motor. And you have it close to them over York Pharmacy that side.
Yeah.
I have the one little narrow road now where I used to wash cars during Aquarius days, motor. With so much, what the purpose of we now set up a building and then get the Eagles them from the Brooklyn supermarket so people can walk by the side. Station them stuck to the place over there and make them go over there some motor with the bus them so you have more land space. Because obviously when we're building and spread out, so when we cluster the road with car or the country with car, there's no here after widen the road. And you have this big old building. Who own it? I tell you,
them could have plans for it, that's why they not touch it yet.
For themselves to put hotel there, motor.
I don't know which part of them will put there, but them people have a way. Today you see it come like empty place, and then when you look, you see whole heap of construction are going.
Thank you, motor. And motor, you one day for just Carbo and you and Jerry and Miguel really in this country where have a brain. Nobody will go university and I like them flag or display them flag on them review mirror for people feeling first say you got Campion and Casey. Nobody know that what we want to do. So we're bright and when I show it physically to help people and develop country. Motor, when some done already, make them stay there and not start a plant on them house. Make them stay there. And them they run around like headless fowl. Like them down the center, take what them can't take. And so them can't take them private plane and run. I don't know if I run going on a motor. A 5 years take me for renew my passport, you know. I don't know if I run going on a white man country, you know. For the white man come shoot me down there, because see that we're going to fight war for them. A motor, a German man, 1,000,000% have the chance to go to England and a black Jamaican where him forefather or him grandfather and great-grandfather go World War I or II. Them for go and come here and tell we're foolish. The motor, when I get somebody to interview for a land, call somebody sent up from land agent, ask them, we own and pay tax. And finally, the motor.
I don't mean call them, but just ask them
no,
to
man,
get somebody.
Promotion, them look, man. Promotion, I come talk foolish, it's not really like man either. Motor, we still want to know about what 3 trillion tax. When the announcement of favor, the comment, you know, like them, I say them now. Them it dead about them to get together. I noticed it just dead touching us and nothing. And the governor general mouth seal. We know hear nothing about the 3 trillion. Wait there. From Ministry of Finance, where the money there. And it mentioned say it can't get accountants to come and put a spin on it. Like somebody would have said, you thief it, and somebody says, no, it's not thief, somebody just borrow it or it's dead, but we not group it up. What happened to these people? And the opposition just run around one win or behave like them win. I have no idea,
I don't know where them are do. I don't know where them are do.
Country forward, motor.
Make them see the election run already.
Thank you. Make them see cut up the land and make we go up on a drive for farming. Because we can't buy food, motor. I 1,800 per bag of cement. Motor, I used to buy a little fruit thing at the supermarket for $150. At $300, I said, no, bro, I'm a live alone.
Well, yeah, wait till Donald Trump tariffs start take effect with the things them where we are bringing out the country and where we are saying go over this.
In the pan TV, I talk about extortion and army. Why you don't put the soldier them down at downtown where people extort the busman them and I beat them with a revolver drop out and pocket? Why not put the extortion them at Alpha where Grand Spendman extort them, Brooklyn extort them, Reddies will extort them, Transport extort them, Police extort them. So we can't get breathing space no more in this country. You tell about army or go up on your construction site. Cut out the extortion. You should have run a country where a boy knows say, even if him see a gun and nigga the road motor, and him a go off a him turn back and go back at Devon House and go wear on a Oak Road there for provide it. A boy them want mention the word extortion anymore. I saw you run a country with rules and regulation and get the country back discipline. You have taxman, you have police harass, decent law by saying you have busman that put 5 in a row. I overload the bus to come crash and kill our people, and you come on TV and talk about harm. Where you damn out there to come kill young poor people, put them out downtown for walk the street and mingle and mix with the people and socialize with the people and put the police them there.
Don't go war, we are fighting in Jamaica, so the army should have depend on the road. I don't know what we need the army for.
Exactly. And we still have container coming inside. Muta, so them here with you. So you hear quickly, I must have Japan donate for boat. I mean, I tell you, them don't have no boat. Marine must have one boat in operation. Coast Guard is just one boat. Them have a showpiece. So with them here, so I just sham Muta. Sham. Nothing now patrol the coastline Muta. Nothing because if anything are coming upon the coastline Muta, you have a radar. You see the light come on. And once the Coast Guard there, the marine, you see the radar light and you can't get a call for that vessel or ship that you go. Where there and check it. Nothing, I just talk, Muta, talk. Because the gun them not kill them, the gun them I kill people in our Grand Spen, Rima and Tibali and Maxwell Avenue. It not kill them and true, them not follow poor black people until election come. Them not business. Make it start with Cherry Garden and Beverly and now because you're still different. That's why you go up the clean.
Put
a long life here, my virgin.
We have to move. Give thanks.
Cool.
Yes, the virgin have enough things. Enough things for the mind. All right, we'll take a break.
Now, at this point, America can only do one thing to recover any credibility on the global stage, and that's to actively and aggressively stop Israel. Cutting ties, just cutting ties, isn't going to be enough at this point. You need to impose a no-fly zone over Gaza, impose more sanctions against Israel than you imposed against Russia. You need to demand immediate IAEA inspections of Israel's nuclear facilities. You need to revoke the American citizenship of every Israeli dual citizen and seize all Israeli assets in America and Europe. You need to take Netanyahu to the ICC yourself. Join the South African case at the ICJ. Ban Israeli media. Treat the Israeli flag the same way that you treat the swastika. Designate the IDF as a terrorist organization and Israel as a state sponsor of terrorism. And if that doesn't do the trick, then you need to launch a shock and awe campaign against Israel the same way that you did against Iraq, the same way you did against Libya and Afghanistan and so on, and bomb them back to the Stone Age, because that's what you do, isn't it? Isn't that supposed to be the American way? But we all know you'll never do that. And because we all know that you'll never do that, we all know that you have never meant a single word that you said. And that's why no one is ever going to listen to you again. The only thing that you can possibly do to salvage yourself is something that we all know that you will never do. So you've been found out. You've been exposed. Your cover has been blown. The audience for all your speeches about democracy and liberty and human rights are filing out of the building, and we've turned off your microphone. Oh, you've passed the Rubicon of hypocrisy at this point. There's no going back now. The world is moving on, knowing what we know. And no matter how much you repeat your completely bankrupt narrative, you can't make us unknow what we know about you. America is a train wreck that collided with a dumpster fire, and you're trying to put that fire out with oil and plutonium, and everyone wants to get as far away from you as possible.
The world's terrorists are the United States. Look what we did to Iraq. Look what we did to Libya. Libya, the most successful country in all of Africa. The guy created the eighth wonder of the world with the way how he delivered water and turned deserts into farmland. And everybody had a house and everybody had education and healthcare. And we turned it into a failed state run by terrorists with open slave markets. Who did that? Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton did that. And they'll never have to pay a price for that. Barack Obama, the most they'll do is go, oh, that was a mistake.
Why did they get rid of Gaddafi?
Because he was going to start a currency of Africa just for that was going to compete with the U.S. dollar, and the euro, and they can't have that because the way the United States controls the world is because the United States dollar is the reserve currency of the world. So that's why they can put sanctions on all these countries. And so what they're doing, which they shouldn't do, they're weaponizing the U.S. dollar. And so like when countries want to trade with each other, they have to go take their currency, change it into U.S. dollars so they can trade. And a lot of it was based on the petrodollar, which, by the way, Saudi Arabia just quit. They didn't renew it. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
So, and all of a sudden, CBS News is starting to do news stories about how Saudi Arabia was involved in 9/11. All of a sudden, 24 years later, all of a sudden, oh, you know what? Turns out there was something happened. And they're like, you mean 2 weeks after they decided to not renew the fucking petrodollar? Now CBS News is allowed to talk about that and investigate it, which when I talked about it got demonetized. So that's why, because Gaddafi was doing that. He was going to set up a currency for all of Africa, and it was going to be based on, have a gold standard. And so they're like, no, you're not. You're not fucking doing that. And they made up a bullshit thing like...
You know.
Yeah.
What about things are moved there, man?
No, I in our kitchen, man, and some man, I want some pot, you know.
Yeah, but you have to move the pot if you want to talk on the radio.
Yeah. So, yeah, sir, everything good?
Yeah, I got you know.
Yeah. We love that, you know, so we love what I go on. The virgin before, you know, have a whole heap of things viable, you know. A whole heap of viable things, man. I mention of the same as where definitely the people want them to be corrected. The same I come from.
Yeah.
And I love that still. The same I say, at least, you know, you have ones and ones out there interested in the whole policy and the movement and the thing, you know. I like to say, you might talk about the money thing and thing, the 3 trillion, 11 years now, them can't give a pound to money. And something has to be done and them have to rectify that, you know.
Something has to be done.
Because I am the I know, say, Bad Friday are coming now. See, anniversary of Bad Friday. And
go down a mobile. You're not going on a mobile.
No, I can't reach them now. You know, see, it's a circumstances, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, we have to look point and remind the people, you know, because we see a CARICOM meet with them and say, repatriation, them and discuss the CARICOM meeting. But that's right now, the people need to talk about that. I know them there at the conference. You know, see, there's some regular political people where I look at every out at the politics thing to say they might look out for the struggles. You know what I mean? Or some people are modified, like the I man, or some other man who in the struggle from a long time and know what I want to give them a first-hand account of how the things here. You see? And we have to work on that too, because that is important, you know? That is important. You say, me I come from. And you know, and people to know, say, right now, we're upon a level where we're not turn back, you know, or we're not going no other way, you know. We have got to on the thing of it call movement of life. And in this thing, infrastructure, they must say the land. I tell you something. You know, so Jamaica have 3,000 acres worth of land down there for the American military.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
In Jamaica?
No, which part in Jamaica?
Them don't say. But nobody know. Them say that is a contract with 99-year contract with them signing in 1941. The Jamaica gave American military 3,000 acre land. So 3,000 acre land did with the government now. Tell nobody about it. When America decides say they want to implement the contract, even though it's to expire now, but they don't know them wait until 1 day before then and just renew it. You see me come from. So that is something in place. So sometimes you see some and see, because that's a big military base span, you know. So all of them things that they must tell the people them. They must have the people them go on and he like fool around in a circle. So the government have to give some accountability, you know, see, because the Prime Minister, Dr. Holness, he must fight the Integrity Commission for things we go on where we know say no integrity never involved in it. That's why it go on. So from the Integrity Commission come and make mention of the thing, them to give the full investigative process and make us go on and put it up on the table.
and stop fight the thing. Like a man knows him guilty and he don't want to beat the phone, so he might fight against the man who want to make the charge against him. And he might occur the charge and then set up the system for the Intelligence Commission on the way. So now they don't want it on the way, they want to change the rules. It's like you play ball and a man says stop. You change the rules in the middle of the ball game. Let's see, can't work so. You know what I mean? Because we have to keep them on them toes, you know, because like me, you're reading and I say, why do you have me listen to one of your previous program, you know? And I say, who them? Because I want to find out about them. Because them around the thing, you know. And whoever them is, we have to find them and get to know them. That them have to come up with what them I say and show it where them are dealing with. You see where I come from? So you see, the process where we are working with right now is to make Rastafari be the head, because we can't make nobody lead you go that way. You know see? So I guess we have to carry it, boy. You know what I mean?
Rastafari be the head of what? No, we're Rastafari be the head of.
Eh?
Well, you say Rastafari must be the head of.
Right?
Yeah.
The head of black people. Rastafari have to be the head of black people, you know. Original pictures when we don't read about the original I-Man, because I-Man was the first man, you know, and him translated the name to Adam, you know, because I swear.
Yeah, no, we are one, you're gone into some semantics, you know, what may I say?
No, I just say I-Man. You know,
but you know you have to about I-Man, but may I ask you something? How Rasta going to be the head of, where you say, the head of what? What am going to be the head of?
The head of black people are fears. You know,
how them going to do that? How them going to do that? How them going to do that? How them going to be the black? The head of black people, yeah.
By the leadership, by the qualification, we don't have a
by what is it? What is it that we have? Tell me, what is it? What is it that Rasta have to be the head of black people all over the world you talk about? Or black people in Jamaica? Black people all over the world.
All over the world. So we have the knowledge, you know. Remember saying
which knowledge? Tell me something where black people have, where Rasta not have, or Rasta have, where black people not have.
Black people don't have the knowledge of themselves. Black people don't have the knowledge of themselves.
No, but you have to sound like black people.
That's the first thing.
So if you're not Rasta, you have no. So if you're not Rasta, you have no knowledge of yourself. What that you say?
Yeah, because Rasta is the fullness of the thing. You have a limited amount of knowledge.
Hold on, man. You talk too much, man. You talk too much, man. I ask you something. You tell me, say, it's ongo. If you know Rasta, you don't have no knowledge of yourself.
You don't have the full understanding of the thing, because you're not a Rasta.
What is the thing? What is the thing? So you say if you know Rasta, you don't have no knowledge, you don't have knowledge of yourself, but that you say?
No, you have an idea, you have a certain part of it.
So what is the part where the people have? So, all right, for instance, now, Marcus Garvey, you know. He never have a knowledge of himself. He was no Rasta.
Yeah, then him come sure you have Rastafari, right?
Well, I'm sure you
have Rastafari. Because you look to the east and a black king shall be called, you know, because the redemption of the black.
No, but him also did a fight against His Majesty.
Eh?
Him also did that it out as His Majesty.
Them fight against His Majesty?
Yeah, man. Marcus Garvey did a lick out against His Majesty, man.
Yeah, no, he must lick out. He must lick out because I remember him look on a perspective of a physical thing. He never look on the spiritual concept. The war and war, remember it's a superior power did come over from our side to fight against you, you know. But His Majesty didn't look on a diplomatic basis. But Marcus Garvey is not a man of warrior spirit.
So you say no, Marcus Garvey never have a knowledge of himself. So you say no, but why the man attack and now you're nothing Rasta? You know why you're nobody?
No, I'm not saying.
But me ask you something. May I ask you a question? May I talk about his relationship to if you know Rasta, you don't have a knowledge of yourself. You tell me say all them black.
You don't have a knowledge. You don't have the total.
The total, all right, the total. And you tell me now, say
you have an idea. Yeah, Rasta have the full knowledge of the whole thing.
So may I ask you know, all them black people will come before Rasta. Before 19. All the black people them will fight the struggle here to reach us so, to make we reach us so now. And them wasn't Rasta. Yeah, they never have no full knowledge of themselves.
No, listen, the name, don't look for the name, the name is just between the modern day version and Rasta, you know.
So what was the old time version? What was the in time version? What was the old version name, the name?
The oldest version I ever studied from about the 1st century was a sect with them called Ebionites. Ebionites.
So use an Ebonite then, use an Ebonite.
People will come under the same concept of Rastafari come under.
So you use an Ebonite. You know more people have a concept of Rasta and say, I don't know nothing about Rasta.
No, them not have the concept, them perceive an idea from outside.
So tell me, what is the concept of Rasta? What's the concept? All right. So what's the concept of Rasta? Tell me, what's the concept?
The concept of Rasta is one thing, you know, is love, you know. Love is the whole master plan of Rasta.
And if you're no Rasta, you don't have no love. So no Rasta, if you no Rasta, no love, no there. You have to say, you have to know Rasta, no love for no Rasta. You have to know Rasta for no love. And
yeah, Rasta is love. So if you don't have no love, you don't know Rasta.
No, so you can't have love and not have no Rasta and have Rasta.
No, once you have love, you have Rasta.
So if you're a Rasta, you have love.
Yeah, when you have Rasta, you have love.
So every Rasta have love.
Yeah.
But everybody who love is not Rasta.
Everybody who love is not Rasta. No, love, not when the European them has love.
Oh, you going to Europe, Rasta? Where you going to Europe? Where you going to Europe for? Where you going to Europe for? But me never mention nothing about no love and no loss and European. Where you mention about European love?
No, what I say here is love. In the context of the word, we look on the word with them teach, you know.
So may I ask you, if you know Rasta, you can't love without Rasta, that you say?
No, yeah, you can't love without Rasta. Yeah.
That don't sound like foolishness to you.
No, it don't sound like foolishness.
So you have to say no, all the 7 billion people upon the world now, if them are no Rasta, them not have no love?
Them not have the love where them supposed to have. Them have an idea.
What love is supposed to have? What love is supposed to have? Love and love. The
love and Rasta is equal for everything and each and everyone.
You have to make people. So Uncle Rasta have that. So Uncle Rasta have that.
Yeah. Because Rasta is the only movement that I come see and study. When I see no fame and power and fortune.
No, I'm not talking about no movement. We are talking about movement. For me, I ask you, people who are no Rasta, them know what it takes to be loved, to love. You have people who is not Rasta, never hear about Rasta yet. Them don't know nothing about love.
I mean, them don't know nothing about love. Not because they never hear about Rasta. That means to say, love, we are talking about that spiritual in-man thing, you know.
No, but I ask, so you don't have to be Rasta for love. I say, you don't have to be Rasta for love.
Yeah, because it's just like to translate the word, you know. You translate the word from Rasta to love or from love
but
to Rasta.
Love, Rasta don't mean love. Rasta don't mean love. But Rasta don't mean love.
You see? Yeah,
Rastafari don't mean love. Oh, you get Rastafari for mean love. Oh, you get Rastafari for mean love. Everybody who love a Rasta. Everybody who love is Rasta.
Yeah, everyone who love is Rasta.
So the people them who are no Rasta and them not no love.
Yeah, the people who are no Rasta them not have no love. And the people who not have no love is not Rasta.
Then that sounds sensible to your brethren.
Yeah, man, I mean, man, if it sounds sensible, muta, look on it. Look on the eye. Just look on the eye self, like how I look on eye self. I approve the world love. I come to the world with love, you know. I give the world love. My fellow man, I deal with him like how I want him to deal with I. And I is Rasta.
So I'm to the man who not deal with you like how you want to deal with him.
Power and privilege over the next man who want to live in a love and harmony and unity. Is Rasta.
So all my mother was Rasta too.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
My mother don't know Rasta, Bridget. My mother is not Rasta.
No, listen to what I say. Listen to what I say.
Me hear what you say, but it don't sound sensible to me.
The imagery, listen to what I say now, because I go through the same thing with I go through, you know, with the church and all them thing there, you know. The thing is because of the concept of the ideological, colonial reasoning and thought where them carry to the education they them give it. It make you look for yourself from a negative and then from a positive like them more affluent like the
but oh, you talk about them, so who is them? You talk about them are not them you talk about.
Can buy a place in heaven.
But you talk about them, you keep a mention them.
No Rasta come destroy that, broke down that and mash down that and show the people and say, listen, I is the sons and the daughters of God Almighty, the Spirit of God, the inner God our Father, and He make me today. See? So Him give me life. So the life we are living, we use it to praise Him in the context of goodness, fellow man equally, accordingly. So if I man want to show I love, I show the I love. Without love, there can be nothing. This concept of them coming is a devil movement, is an evil movement, you know. Where
that devil, but I never talk about no devil.
I want rule over the
so you can't say love inside as a Rasta then. So you can't say love inside as
that have nothing to do with the living of life.
So you can't say love without Rasta then.
To be a better place. Rastafari come to make it that way. That's why I think Rastafari at the head.
Can you say love without Rasta? Can you say love without Rasta?
No, you can't say love without Rasta.
So are the people them who are the people them out there so who say them love then and them not say Rasta, them are not love?
No, them not know.
Like my mother know. Hold on. Like my mother, my relative. My mother says she love, but she no Rasta.
In the physical as well, you know.
Oh, you mean physical? Then no physical you say love in. What you talk about?
No,
you show love by physicalness.
She said she love. But she not sure you the physical.
You can't tell me say my mother not sure what she said. Bridget, you know my mother. You know my mother.
No, I cannot know your mother because I
you can't know. You can't tell me my mother. You can't tell me my mother deal that way. And you don't know her. My mother said she love. I had to me say she no Rasta. My mother no Rasta.
Listen to me. My mother said she could have thrown me over the gold side, you know. So me I said, okay, mother, have you? And me said she'd have to love you for have you, because she could have thrown you over the gold side.
But she no Rasta.
What do you mean she no Rasta?
My mother no Rasta.
What is your definition of Rasta?
Don't ask me what my definition of Rasta. You don't tell me the definition of Rasta from your talk. You say Rasta I love. I love a Rasta.
Muta.
Anyway, we have to move. We have to move. We have to move. Call me back next week. Darker shade of coal. Black as coal I'm talk about. As we say, the Virgin a while ago. Very dogmatic. And I'm reasoning. He going define everybody in a theme way, you know. In a theme image. He might create people in his own image. In a theme image. So for you say, love your Rasta.
Before we get into the video, my people, you ever think about having your own pharmacy in your backyard? Yeah man, your own natural pharmacy. Then check out today's sponsors, my people. Medicinal Garden Kit. Now this one will provide you with 10 different powerful herbs that you can plant right in your backyard, my people. And you don't need a lot of space, you just need a little place, my people, for just shove these seeds in the earth and let them grow. In no time, you have some powerful herbs that you can use to empower the health, my people. Remember, your health is your responsibility. It's super important to have these things in your backyard, just in case any health crisis attack you, my people. You can run in your backyard and you can put on some tea and you can knock with that quick, my people. Remember, herb is the healing of the nation. So, my people, check out the link in the description for more information about this
where they'll be breaking down all the benefits of these 10 powerful herbical plants that you can have in your backyard. Check it out, my people.
The herbs are for the healing of the nation.